If you've been on the internet for the past 25 years, but more likely from 2008 to 2010, then you probably remember the internet creepypasta. Derived from the phrase copypasta and spooky, the average creepypasta can range from a white guy with weird eyes and lipstick to another white guy in a suit that caused a real-life stabbing. And Sonic the Hedgehog, but after he used the eye doctor blower machine, I don't know what it's called. Anyway, if you're my usual audience, then you might be wondering, what does this have to do with Chuck E. Cheese? Well, because the fact that some would say that the Chuckster is a little creepy, and the fact that in 2014 an indie horror game called Five Nights at Freddy's was released, which shows a little resemblance to Chuck E. Cheese, like vowels. So today, I'm going to talk about the problem with Chuck E. Cheese creepypastas. When you clicked on this video, you probably thought it was a video by popular creepypasta reader and writer, Freaky Attractions. And if you didn't, Freaky Attractions started uploading on
March 16th, 2013.
But the first creepypasta was
February 5th, 2019.
They've made at least 31 Chuck E. Cheese creepypastas as of when I'm making this, to varying quality. But some of them are cool. Like how some of them are a continued story about the evil Studio C-bot in the desert from a couple years ago. Another kind of related topic that I tried to make a video on, but realized there wasn't enough substance to make a whole video about, is 3 a.m. videos. I'll lightly talk about these here, because they're technically not creepypastas. So, popularized by YouTube channel Guava Juice in 2017, then later done by a lot of other people in the following years, other YouTube channel Arcade Craniacs made crunchy Chuck E. Cheese 3 a.m. videos, and a lot of these are just terrible. Like, at least the Freaky Attractions guy is interesting to listen to, but these are just annoying. Like, I know I'm not the prime demographic for these, but at that point, who is? Children would think this is too scary, old people would find this annoying, and Grandpa would probably just jump in his casket and say that he's ready. Another actual example of a Chuck E. Cheese creepypasta are these videos by a channel called Diamond Thief. There's 6 videos about Chuck E. Cheese currently public on his channel, and 3 of those are about Chuck E. Cheese scary stories. Those are technically creepypastas. I don't want to spoil these, so the playlist should be in the description. There's probably a lot of others that I just haven't seen or don't remember. And I know that there's a whole website of creepypastas called like creepypasta.com or something. But I also know that YouTube is like the most accessible way for people to find these. So, yeah. Now you might be thinking that these are just silly stories and they won't affect CEC at all. But they do.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Much like the Barney bashings of the early 90s and modern politics, when people don't really like something, they often try to stop it or ruin it for others. Well, in the case of Chuck E. Cheese, a lot of people on the internet try to disrespect or make other people scared of the Chuckster. One of the biggest factors of this, and that I don't think was trying to originally, was the point-and-click horror game Five Nights at Freddy's. There's a lot of examples of FNAF copying Chuck E. Cheese, so many that it could be its own 25-minute video, but one of the big examples is that FNAF is about animatronics, basically, and Chucky Sneeze has animatronics! Oh my god, guys! The Bite of 22! This is just like FNAF! William Afton! The last one's just from personal experience. But other than FNAF, in 2020, CEC Entertainment, the parent company of Chuck E. Cheese, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy for the second time. This is mostly because of other things, but this won't stop me from blaming YouTube channels like Arcade Craniacs or Lizzie Knoll. There's also a trend or rumor or something where people would talk about the 5 missing children at Chuck E. Cheese. This never happened. This only happened in FNAF, maybe, and the only thing that they could be talking about had nothing to do with children. Another phenomenon that happened that isn't really related to Chuck E. Cheese creepypastas, but had an effect on the business, is the Chuck E. Cheese fight videos, which was a thing that happened in the home video stage of YouTube, before it was too commercialized. The way that this affected Chuck E. Cheese is that the sales numbers were low compared to the other years, and that's about it, unless you want me to talk about the pandemic, which, unless you tell me otherwise, had no real culprit. So, I guess let's move on.
It's a rock and roll. So, oh no, don't ever go away.
This list might be a little unreliable depending on what happens in the next few years, but my definitive list on what to do about Chuck E. Cheese creepypastas is number 1, time travel. I've finally written it. The first Chuck E. Cheese creepypasta. Huh? No, you haven't. Pros: no more Chuck E. Cheese creepypastas altogether. Cons: if you're currently in a timeline where either time travel hasn't been reached yet, or the time traveler decided to end time travel altogether, then this won't work. Number 2, write a good story about Chuck E. Cheese. For every 3 scary stories, write 6 about happy stories. Pros: there's gonna be a lot of happy stories. Cons: you have to write, like, a lot. Number 3, support your local Chuck E. Cheeses. 2.0 or otherwise, you should support your local Chuck E. Cheese so this company will still be here in 5 to 10 years. Finally, number 4, write a video essay about Chuck E. Cheese creepypastas and then get wildly off topic. Oh. In conclusion, Chuck E. Cheese creepypastas can be really good or just okay. And we need to save Chuck E. Cheese by time traveling back in time to stop the first person to make a Chuck E. Cheese creepypasta. If you somehow enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, so you know when a new video will come out. I'm pretty close to 1,000 subscribers, and once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll release my room tour if you care about that. If you want to participate in voting for new videos, or like goals, or random stuff, you can find those on my community tab. And as always, I currently don't know what time it is when you're watching this, so have a good evening, a good night, a good morning. Just have a good time. Thank you.